Hey y'all, I thought while it was still kind of cool, I would make a video on just a few little things, miscellaneous stuff. I am going to tell y'all that I don't appear to do very well in the heat. I don't know, I feel wilted. I feel lazy and unmotivated. Now, I'm not trying to use that as an excuse, but I have definitely noticed that it is a reason. Um, I just hate those days when I feel like I haven't accomplished a thing. And I don't know if I told you in an earlier video or not. I don't even think I made one yesterday. I washed the outside of my van. I am so proud of that, y'all. Even though I haven't driven it in a while. At least I can walk by it and not be ashamed of it. I think I did mention that. I told y'all I deleted a couple of videos that were just, oh, they were so awful, y'all. But anyway, poor Miss Hazel. I have discovered that to get her to drink more water, and I know y'all tell me that all the time. I'm trying, y'all. I really am. I've discovered, she has always liked cold water. So I keep a little glass dish of cold water in the fridge. And so I get that out once in a while and I'll set it down in front of her. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes she'll drink a good amount of water. So I'm trying to do that to keep her, better hydrated. I kind of hate that word, hydrated, but y'all know how I feel about that. Anyway, let me show you. I did a couple of things. One thing whoops, that's loosening it. I can't tell. There we go. One thing that I did the other day is y'all know that I had got, oops, okay, wrong way. Oh, wrong way. Righty-tighty. Okie dokie. All right. So I got this little lucky bamboo, and it has really grown, y'all. And it was in this little pink thing when I got it. That's an ugly color right there. Now, for me, okay, mauve is not my color, but I can paint that, y'all. I can paint anything. So I had gotten this. You can get these for 50, 75 cents. I think I got this one at the dollar store for like $1. And I've had it for a while. Now, I used to have one of these, you guys. I kid you not. It was when I lived in Washington and, had a home, and I had gotten one of these. I think it was a little bigger when I got it. But y'all, when I moved, I had to give it away. But it was huge. It was over 3-4 feet tall. These lucky bamboos, they will grow in just water. In fact, this little container had these little tiny pieces of gravel or rocks. And that's all. And so when I took it out of this little container, its little roots were round. So they don't grow really fast, but it should do well in this container for quite a while. Now, I just had some leftover little glass gems, and I don't like that green color, but I had them, so I thought I would use them. But again, you can buy a bag of those little glass gems at the dollar store for $1. You have to love the dollar store. Now, I don't put this in direct sunlight, kind of indirect sunlight. So that's that for that little project. Now I want y'all to look at my sweet potato vine. Can you see that? Look how much it's grown. Look at that leaf. Now I've got to get that in some kind of a big pot. I can't put it in the ground because y'all know Gary and Lily will get it. Okay, so I do have a pretty good sized pot, and I'm just going to break down and get a bag of potting soil. Every time I turn around, I'm like, oh darn, I don't have any potting soil. Like, I want to redo my succulents, a couple pots of them, and I know I've been saying it, but I will get to it. Probably when I get a bag of potting soil. So let me see. Oh, I made a cake yesterday, just a poke cake, black cherry, and I had bought this a while back. And so what I did was I mixed the pink, of course, in with the Cool Whip. And let me show you. Now half of it is gone, of course. Stephanie loves sweets. Now y'all, this is not pretty, okay? But can you see that? My favorite color, baby pink. So, half of that, I ate a little piece of it, and then you keep it in the fridge, of course. It is better the second day. So that was delicious, and Luis and Azalea will get a big chunk of that today too. So let me see. Oh, I was going to share this with y'all, and there's no personal information that will be visible at all. But y'all always hear me say how grateful I am to be in a rent-controlled trailer park. Okay? If it wasn't for that and for y'all watching my videos, I could not live here. Okay? But I'm going to show you what they do is you get one statement, and it shows your lot rent, which went up almost $10 this past, I don't know, April, something like that. Now, just a quick explanation on rent control. When you live in a rent control apartment or in a trailer park, mobile home park, whatever, your rent is controlled. That's the reason for the word controlled. And the city decides how much the owner can go up on your rent. So when you consider, I used to give rent increases. Now I increase my rents every time somebody's lease would end, then I would increase the rent $10 or $15. So they never got $100 a month rent increase from me. In fact, the owners that I worked for are like, your income is up this month. What happened? And I just told them, I don't want my poor residents to freak out and not be able to handle a large rent increase. So, anyway, it's controlled by the city. It is very important for you guys to vote in the right people for your city officials. Um, so, what they do is they break it down, and I have electric, gas, water, uh, RT fee. I don't know. You know that's something. Uh, Sewer, trash, and then the rent for the lot. And I like it that it's all in one statement. Now, when our new electrical gets finished, I don't know how that's going to work. I know right now, or in the past, somebody in the park, it was supposed to have been the manager, but sometimes it was somebody else, went around and read our meters and gave them to the office, and then I guess she gave them to corporate and they spit out the bill. Well, that will probably change some when our electric upgrade is finished. But there it is, right there. That's how they do it. And that's what my bill was for this coming month. You pay your bill, well, the month behind, I guess. So my lot rent was $369, and now it's $378. I thank God every single day, y'all. Every single day. I would still be living in a van of some kind. Okay? Now, I loved living in Tank, but it was not ideal. Okay? This is my little piece of heaven right here. So, anyway, the interesting thing to me, which is not surprising, is that of all my utilities, my water is the highest. My electric was $15, $14.94. My gas bill, $12.37. My electric bill, $61.31. Okay, now I could stop showering on a daily basis. I could water less in my yard, but I ain't gonna do that, y'all. Gotta have my showers, gotta take care of my yard. Now, my ground cover is getting more and more established. In a few months, when it's all, grown out and everything, it's got good roots in the ground. The deeper the roots get, the better. I won't have to water quite so much, and that's one of the reasons why I chose that, is because it's drought tolerant. Very important in Southern California. Grass requires a lot of water here. We don't get rain in the summertime. Oh my gosh, I wish we could have some rain right now. We need it so much. But, so I just thought I'd share that with y'all. And, see, what else? Oh, look. It's not perfectly straightened, but can you see all my glass stuff? Everything that I can is going in glass. What am I shaking around or whatever? But, oops. I just love glass. Y'all know that. You can't stain it. It doesn't retain smell. I love glass. If I had my way, everything would be in glass. Now, there is one thing. I emptied out one of my Miracle Whip jars. Now, thank the good Lord, they come in plastic. I don't know what it is, but I have dropped my Miracle Whip more than once on the floor. But I cleaned that out really good. And I mean, you have to clean plastic out really good when it's had something oily in it. So I used the hottest water, lots of soap. I put my dish rag in there. I shook it up really, really hard, and I let it sit. So it took a bit to get that, all the oil. And you can feel it if you've gotten it out. Now, I use that for my brown sugar. And the reason I did is because brown sugar is one of those things that if you bake a lot, you use a lot. And so I wanted the widest mouth jar that I could find. And so that's why I used that one plastic jar. But I love this glass in my cabinet. Now, I may make some little labels and tape on there. But occasionally, you're gonna wanna wash your jar inside and out. It won't have to be done very often. So if I make the labels, I'll make the label in Word, and then I'll make 2 for each jar. And then I can just Scotch tape them on there, and then, I mean, I know what's in my jars. You can tell pretty much. And if you don't know for sure what your white stuff is, you just get a little taste. And then you'll know for sure what it is. So I've got powdered sugar. I've got baking soda. I've got baking powder. I have my nuts, which obviously, my brown sugar. I have a little thing of salt, so it's easy for me to just dip my half a teaspoon in. As much stuff, I'm out of coconut, but when I get some, it's going in a glass jar. They're very handy to use in your shed because you can see through them. Y'all remember if you had like a wooden shelf in your garage and you saved baby jars, and you would put the lid under your shelf, and then you would screw the lid to the shelf. And then you could put whatever you wanted in the baby jars, and you just screwed them and unscrewed them. Oh God, I love that. I loved that so much. I am such a weirdo. But now I'm going to end with this, y'all. My bread. Okay? Now, I wanted to make a bacon sandwich the other day. And I've had this bread in my cabinet for a while. And I looked at it really, really closely. I took a piece out. There's nothing grosser than moldy bread. Well, there is, but I mean, it's pretty bad. So I know everybody says, oh, it's just penicillin. Well, I'll take mine the regular way with a capsule. And this is the brand. I like this Oro wheat potato bread. Now, I'm a label checker. I look at the freshness date, okay? I always look at the freshness date. Milk, I reach way in the back to get one. Bread, whatever, tortillas, anything that has a freshness date on it. I don't check canned goods, y'all. I don't do that. But, so I was going to make a sandwich. And I thought, it seems like this bread has been in my cabinet. And I know, y'all, I need to remember to take slices out and put them in individual baggies and put them in the freezer. And I'm going to try my best to do that next time. So I thought, when did I buy this? Well, even though I didn't find any mold, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says best by June 8th. What month is this? It's going on September. You think 3-month-old bread needs to be tossed? I'm going to break it up in little tiny pieces and I'm going to throw it over my back fence so some of the birds around here can eat it and I'm not wasting it. But y'all, that's ridiculous. I could easily poison myself. I think that's it, y'all. I'm sorry I ramble and make these so long, but I love you. Do something fun today. Making bird food is going to be fun. I'm going to get out my cutting board and a big knife, and I'm just going to hack this bread up and give it to the birds. And if any of them are sick, maybe a little penicillin will help them. Bye, y'all.